Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to Manchester Airport. As you can see, it's damp squid today, um, very cloudy, and there is rain here at Manchester Airport. We are going to be flying this EasyJet Airbus A320, which is the Phoenix edition of the Airbus, and it is modeled on the real-life aircraft in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. We are on the Vatsim network today, so we will get live ATC to communicate and to direct us en route to where we're going today. So where are we going, you may ask? Well, today we're going to Gatwick, which is south of Manchester Airport. Flight time is approximately about 45 minutes. We are scheduled to take off in the next half an hour. Oh, well, I can see some clouds. There is a break in the clouds there, and I can see a bit of sunlight. So let's keep our fingers crossed. Let's hope that this cloud blows over so we can fly into clear skies. But for that minute, I'm going to request for the passengers to board and also for our track to be refueled for our journey today. So request for refueling, and we're going to use the Menzies on the GX Pro application. We're also going to request for boarding. Request for boarding. So we'll be expecting the fuel truck to arrive shortly. While we do this, let's hop into our Airbus A320. As you can see, the aircraft is in a cold and dark state. So we do have to start our pre-cockpit flight procedure right from the beginning. So without further ado, let's do our cockpit pre-flight checks. We request for IFR delivery to Gatwick, IFR taxi, and head on to the runway. We are using runway 23 left to take off, and we'll be landing on runway 26 left at Gatwick. I have checked obviously flight radar 24 just to confirm that all this information is accurate, and as we are on Vatsim anyway, that is already predetermined. Okay, we want both the passengers and the crew to board. Okay, so our parking brakes are set, our flaps are up, our spoilers arms are retracted and disarmed, our weather radar is switched off, predictive wind shear switch is switched off. Our engine master 1 and engine master 2 switches are also both switched off. Engine mode selector start switches in the normal position. Move to the side, we'll just check to see that our throttle levers are idle. Move forwards, our landing gears are down, move up to the overhead panel. We check our wipers. We will need some wipers. I think it is raining as you can see here. So once we've turned on the batteries, I will turn the wipers on. But to start off, we do need the wipers to be off as we've not turned the batteries on. Until we proceed to turn on battery 1, battery 2. We are also attached to an external power unit, the ground power unit. We'll turn that on to give the aircraft more power. We'll move down, we'll check to see that our accu brake pressure for our parking brakes is normal, they appear to be good. We'll turn up a few cockpit lights here just to make it a bit more brighter. I can hear the passengers already boarding. We'll also turn the floodlights up a bit, both on my side, integral lights, and also the first officer. The first officer is, by the way, walking around the aircraft. He's doing his usual aircraft inspection just to ensure that everything is the way it should be. We've not been affected by any bird strikes and the tyres are at the correct pressures. Okay, we're now ready to do our APU fire test, auxiliary power units fire test, just to ensure that that is working, the fire test system is working. That sounds okay. We'll move down. We'll turn the oxygen crew supply button on, the ground controller recorder button on. That will record our communication with the ground crew. We can also carry out a CVR test to ensure the testing system for the recorder is working. We're now ready to align the aircraft navigation GPS system by switching on the IDS. This takes about 7 minutes to align itself. We'll move down, turn the nav and logo lights on. We'll turn the wing lights on as well. We'll turn the no smoking sign to auto. We'll turn the emerging exit sign lights to arm. We'll also carry out an insinuator light test just to ensure that all the lights are lit up and are all functioning, no faulty light. That looks okay. We turn that on. I'll make the dome a bit more brighter as it's pretty dark today. Turn the integral lights up a bit. I will turn the probe and window heat button to clear any mist on the windows and on the windscreen. Okay, we'll move down. We'll turn our flight directors on. They already seem to be on both my side and the first officer side. We're now going to set today's QNH, the barometric pressure reading from our electronic flight bag. Okay, so we'll import our data flight operation plan from SimBrief from the EasyJet department here at Manchester. Okay, so we've got about 13 minutes to depart. We'll try to beat that time, but however, let's try to update this time because I think we'll not make it. So we'll probably go for 14:30. 14.
Manchester ground EZ320 would like request taxi for takeoff departing straight out.
Okay, we don't need ATC.
EZ320 taxi to and hold short of runway 05 right. Contact tower on 118.63.
Okay, we are using the Vatsim, so we need to turn them off. Let's have a look here. ATC switched off. That's better. Okay, so we're on Vatsim today, so we'll not be using the Microsoft Flight Simulator ATC functionality. So we'll say take off about 14:30. Should give us enough time. Okay, update that. Okay, so we've got about 27 minutes. Okay, so today's barometric pressure reading, the QNH.
Did you hear my last transmission?
I thought that was switched off. Could you? ATC switched off. Let's have a look. Is there a way to switch off ATC? We do not need ATC. So we just ignore that. We pretend that we didn't hear that. We're going to be using Vatsim. Okay, so our information, Oscar. Today's QNH pressure reading is, let's have a look.
EZ320, acknowledge last transmission.
It's 10002. Okay, so we insert that into our altimeters, aircraft altimeters. 1002. This is the barometric pressure reading for today. This ensures that the aircraft altitude are basically indicated correctly because the pressure, obviously barometric pressure changes, and we need to set our instrument in line with the barometric pressure reading to get the correct height.
Please acknowledge.
Is there any way to turn this off? I believe I turned this off. Okay. Okay, so that's switched off. Let's hope they don't come back to us. Alright, okay, so sorry, that's 2, isn't it? 1002. We'll turn the constraint buttons on to monitor our managed speeds and obviously our altitude when the navigation display comes on and when obviously our aircraft is aligned. Thank you! We're using Vatsim today. No, that's a joke. Okay, so we put our ethers to arc mode on both our sides so we can monitor our navigation coverage on the navigation display at an arc mode. For the coverage, for the distances, we'll set that to 10 nautical miles of navigation coverage. We'll move to the FCU flight computer unit. We'll be departing on the Samba 1 Romeo departure. I believe that to the Samba SID, standard instrumental departure, is 5,000 here from Manchester. Okay, so we'll move down. We're now ready to configure our radio. So to do that, I'll just check the Vatsim frequencies to see what we got for Manchester. ATC. We can start listening to the ATC here at Manchester, so just bear with me while I get those radio frequencies. Okay, for Vatsim, put that to 1, the volume not to get too loud. Okay, switch that off. So for here, for the ATIS, it is 121.927. Let's put the ATIS in. We'll listen to the ATIS first. So it's 121.975. One, oops, the wrong one. 121. Decimal 975. Okay, so I believe
Manchester Information Oscar. Time 1350
it's Oscar.
Zulu.
Let's check our
Automatic.
QNH.
Runway in use 23 right.
Oh,
Transition level,
2,
flight
3
level
right.
65.
Okay.
Surface wind 310 degrees 9 knots. Visibility 9 kilometers, light rain. Broken 1,200 feet. Overcast 3,000 feet. Temperature +5. Dew point +3. QNH 1002.
Okay, we got the
Threshold
QNH correct.
QFE 993 hectopascal. Increased bird activity within the aerodrome boundary.
Okay, risk of
Acknowledge
bird
receipt of
activity.
information, Oscar.
Okay, we've received our
And
information.
advise aircraft type
Okay,
on
so
first
we'll tune the
contact.
next frequency, which is Tower, I believe. They've not got delivery today.
Manchester Information
So
Oscar.
they've got
Time
approach.
1350
Okay.
Zulu.
They've not got tower, they've not
Automatic.
got crown.
Runway in
crown.
use 23 right. Transition level, flight level 65. Surface wind 310 degrees 9 knots.
118.575.
Visibility 9 kilometers, light rain. Broken 1,200 feet. Overcast 3,000 feet. Temperature +5. Dew point +3. QNH 1002. Threshold QFE 993 hectopascal. Increased bird activity within the aerodrome boundary.
We've got
Acknowledge
some bird
receipt of
activity
information,
here.
Oscar.
We've got to watch out because
And
obviously it's raining.
advise aircraft type on
Uh,
first contact.
We've got to be careful on with that. Okay, so let's have a quick look.
Manchester Information Oscar.
Okay,
Time 1.
so let's go to approach. Listen to approach frequency to Manchester. I don't know whether they will do delivery for us. We might need to head onto the runway without being actually directed by ATC. Okay, anyway, as we're listening in, let's do our flight plan. We'll do our...
84 Romeo Echo 23 right, clear to land. The wind 310 degrees 9 knots.
Okay, so...
Clear to land, runway 23 right, 44 Romeo Echo.
Okay, so we go to our... so now we're going to program our MacDo. For the MacDo, we want to check to see how much fuel we got on board from yesterday's flight. We still got 3,000 kilograms, 3 tons. We're going to get rid of that because we'll get a fresh load of fuel. So we don't want to double our fuel weight. That would not be good for our setup, and it's not economical as well. We go back to Atsu, and what we're going to do, we're going to request for our flight initialization data. It just gives us our flight number, our flight route, confirms it into the aircraft. So it will confirm it at EasyJet in a minute. Let's have a look. Yeah, EasyJet 7878. That will be our call sign and our flight number. We'll be departing from Manchester to Gatwick alternative airport, just in case something should happen. It's back to Manchester. It's approximately 41 minutes flight. Okay, we'll do an INI request, inertial reference system request, to align the aircraft speeds and altitudes, and this will give that information to the aircraft. So we make that request, we put in our flight number as well. So we'll do 7878. Let's check our cost index. Our cost index for running our flight today. We'll download our flight operational plan from SimBrief, from our electronic flight bag. Okay, so for today's flight, it's 39. So 39 is our cost index for running this flight. Our cruising heights will be flight level 190. That's 19,000. We'll also input the wind data to help us set up our aircraft speeds for takeoff and landing.
Manchester, good afternoon. Lufthansa 775, flight level 100, descent flight level 80.
Lufthansa 775 Manchester radar, good afternoon. Vectoring for an
Okay.
approach runway 23 right, information Oscar is courage to report your
So
aircraft type.
for our flight planning,
Information Oscar.
we're going to be
I have
taking off
23 right.
from
Lufthansa 775.
Manchester.
Lufthansa
We'll be
775,
using
report
the
your aircraft
departure,
type.
the SID standard
Airbus
departure 23 right.
320.
So that would be the Samba 1 Romeo departure. We'll insert that in, and for our arrival is, I believe, runway 26 left. Okay, so we are going to put runway 26 left in here. So we're going to be doing an ILS landing today. Arrival at Gatwick, so that's runway 26 left. And for now, we'll be probably
Lufthansa
coming.
775, descend flight level 70, you have 35 track miles to touchdown.
We have got the Kidley 1
Flight
Golf.
level 70. Lufthansa 7.
But obviously we might be vectored to Gatwick, so for now we'll put that in. Let's put in a start. That will be from the Willow arrival, star standard instrumental arrivals. We'll insert that in. So we got our flight plan, so let's have a look. Initial 5,000, so it will be 5,000 for the Samba to Uxita, then to Honley, Kidley, Toffos, Holly, Willow, then in 4,000 to May.
Easy 241 Charlie Manchester radar, good afternoon. Vectoring for an approach runway 23 right, information Oscar current to report your aircraft type.
Okay, let's have a look.
Easy 44 Romeo Echo, welcome to Manchester. Taxi Alpha, Charlie and Lima, your parking stand at number 6.
Okay.
Thanks very much. Taxi to stand 6 by Alpha Charlie Lima 84 for Romeo Echo.
Okay, so we've done our flight plan, our routing.
Radio Delta Whiskey Alpha.
What I'll
229
quickly
ready
do
for
is also
taxi.
download
Delta
our
Whiskey Alpha 229, Roger,
Navigraph
hold position,
information
we've got
while
passing
we're here.
traffic on Alpha, I'll call you back shortly.
No worries, holding position. Delta Whiskey
This
Alpha
gives us
229.
our charts for flying, so let's get our ground charts.
81 Charlie, Able 8320.
Easy 241 Charlie, Roger.
Okay, so we are parked at stand 12th
Easy
right.
241 Charlie, just confirm your
We'll-
routing direct date.
We will need to go move down to
Easy 241 Charlie.
M1 holding point there, Mike 1 holding point, so we'll probably be going to
Alpha Juliet standby, push and stop.
a Kilo
Easy 48
Juliet
Alpha Juliet,
Juliet, then
Alpha,
Mike 1
company
to
traffic,
hold to take
taxi
off.
on to stand on your left, hold position.
Okay, so that's our briefing for the takeoff. We're going to
Lufthansa
pin this
775,
chart.
descend to altitude 5,000 feet, Manchester QNH 1002.
Okay, so for the departure, we're going to be
5,000
using
feet, QNH 1002, Lufthansa 775.
the Samba Romeo 1 departure. So we'll just tune in, basically get
Delta
this chart.
Whiskey Alpha 229, able to
So as you
accept
can
Foxtrot
see,
1 for departure.
there is a speed limit of 215 knots,
Yeah, Roger that. Foxtrot 1 for departure is fine with me.
and
Delta 229.
you need
Delta
to
Whiskey
fly
Alpha
below
229, Roger, you can make a left
1,000.
turn onto Alpha, Charlie, Papa and Kilo, hold at Foxtrot 1 for 23 right.
Okay, so 5,000, as you can see, that's
Hold
we
at
need to keep
Foxtrot 1 for 23 right
this
by Alpha,
altitude
Charlie,
to
Papa
our
and Kilo.
first
Delta Whiskey Alpha
waypoint.
229.
Okay, so where are we here? So Samba 1 right. So put that in. Okay, so now we move on, and we're going to copy our flight plan to our secondary flight plan, just in case we need it.
Lufthansa 775,
Okay, so
maintain
we
your present
copy
heading.
that. We do our fuel predictions. So we just need to ensure that we are, as you can see,
Heading 26.
we are waiting to refuel. The refuel guides waiting. There's a pump on the wing waiting to refuel the aircraft. So we'll do that. I believe all the passengers have boarded. So we'll just go to our mass imbalances here and just confirm all our loads. We've got 150 passengers. We've got about 2 tons of cargo coming with the passengers. We've got about 5.5 tons of fuel to come. We'll do an instantaneous download of these items. So we know our zero fuel weight now. I
Easy
can
48 Alpha Juliet, stand 8 to push instead of pre-face out.
So as you can see, the jetway is detaching itself as the passengers have boarded now. So for the zero fuel weight, what did I say it
Charlie,
was?
descend flight level 70,
58.
leave Dane, heading 025.
58
Heading right, heading 025, since flight level
forward
7
slash that's the zero
EC4
fuel
Charlie
weight,
negative.
the weight
Leave
of the
Dane, so
aircraft
after Dane,
without
fly
any
heading
fuel,
025.
and the Mach fuel 08 is 31.7.
After Dane, turn right heading 025 down to flight level
So
70.
that in there.
Charlie.
For
November
alternative
775,
airports to
descendable
come back here, just in case we needed to
3500.
come back here. The fuel we need is
Descent to level
1.7
3005.
tons. Make it 1.7 tons. Right. We just quickly check to see whether we've got.
Good day, Manchester approach November 66, Charlie Bravo in a citation longitude requesting IFR to London Gatwick with information Oscar.
November 636 Charlie Bravo, Manchester radar, good afternoon, report your stand number.
Okay, so we just quickly we come back to this anyway. We do our RadNav, our radio navigation frequencies to help us to land at Gatwick. I know the ILS frequency is 110.9. I'll insert that into the ILS.
November 636 Charlie Bravo, report your stand number.
So
Sorry,
that's
my what?
our ILS.
Your stand number, what parking stand are
So
you?
what we'll do now.
I'm not sure what
that,
parking stand I'm in, but I know I'm in Terminal 1.
November 636 Charlie Bravo, no problem, cleared.
Okay, we'll switch that off because I can't hear myself. Okay, so we'll do our initial NEB fuel planning. For our fuel planning, how much fuel we got? We got 5.4. We'll put 5.5 just to ensure that we got enough fuel. It will now calculate its landing weight. Okay. So there you go, 61. So our takeoff weight is 63.3. Landing weight is 61.5. So we'll need just roughly about 2 tons of fuel to get to Gatwick. We got an additional extra fuel of 0.7 of ton, 700 kilograms. That'll give us 22 minutes flying time. So having a look at our weights here. So we'll have a look at our weights. A look here just to check that we're in compliance with EasyJet fuel. So the fuel in the tank is 5.48. Okay, so go up. So it's 30. So the max zero fuel weight is 31.8. We've got our max takeoff weight of 30.3. So we'll move up a bit. So here we go. So 58 zero fuel weight. 58. We got 58. Takeoff weight 52.1. Total takeoff weight is 63.3, which is okay. The maximum is 73.5 tons. Okay, so we are okay for our loads. We'll now move on to our performance page. We're just going to calculate the speeds we need to take off from the runway 23 right. So we'll have go into our app, PEF app. So we're going to be taking off from runway 23 right. It is wet, so put wet, and we're going to sync in our loads. Okay, so our loads have been synced. We're going to also sync in our live data for our weather, and we'll do our calculations for our takeoff speed. So it's 127 for V1. Rotate takeoff speed is 139. V2 is 141. That's the speed of no return where we need to go. You can see our flap setting is at F speed is 147 knots. S speed is 191, and our clean speed there is green speed is 212. Flaps, we need flap setting 2 down 4. So we put this in data into the aircraft to give us the optimum takeoff speeds and configuration. Okay, so it's 127. V1, V2 is 139. Rotate speed. That's our takeoff speed. Sorry, 139. Put it in the right field. and it is 141 for the V2 speed. Okay, so today's let's have a look. Flex is still 68, that never changes, so I need to find out why not. So our flap speed is at 2 down 4 to DN4. Oops, where's N? There we go. Oops, 0.4. Okay, so that is our flap setting. So our thrust reduction and getting onto the climb D10 is about 1250. Okay, so there we go. So now we're going to insert in our distance calculator. The distance is to Gatwick. So I just put the Gatwick code in here. Landing at runway 26 left. Okay, so we insert that. So it's about 153 nautical miles. Okay, so we've done this now. We've briefed the first pilot of our. Oh, that's a beautiful EasyJet. I think it's going to take off. Okay, so let's have a look. Let's request for IFR clearance from. Well, we did requesting it from approach. I don't think we got delivery today, so let's go back to our frequency from the ATC here. So we go back in here. Just quickly check.
Enter 1993, that's 200 knots or greater.
So we're going to do that from approach 11875.
Roger.
Just another aircraft just landing. Okay, it's a bit more brighter. Okay, there's less. I can see that there is less cloud. It's not raining. It's not raining, so it's okay. I don't need to use the wipers at least. However, I will need to use anti-ice engine and wing anti-ice on takeoff. What's the temperatures today? Temperature is +5 at the moment. Okay. We'll just quickly check what information we are. With ATIS, just to whistle information Oscar. Okay, and we're taking off from runway 23 right. Transitional level is at 6,500 feet here.
November 775, welcome to Gatwick. Correction, welcome to Manchester. Taxi right on Alpha, hold at Alpha 3, and your parking stand 25.
Okay.
Stand 25 via Alpha 3. Lufthansa 775.
84 Alpha Juliet, you ready to go? Yes, ma'am. 84 Alpha Juliet, thanks for no delay via Mike 123 right, clear for takeoff, the wind 310 degrees at 9 knots.
Takeoff 84 Alpha Juliet.
Enter 1993, descend to altitude 3,500 feet, turn left heading 250 degrees, cleared ILS approach runway 23 right.
Okay, I'm just waiting to get our delivery clearance.
Center 775, if you could roll forward for me, taxi right onto Alpha.
I can.
Stibird 5 Juliet Hotel, descend flight level 70.
Descend flight level 70, Stibird 5 Juliet Hotel.
Okay, the passengers have boarded.
Descend 775, thank you. Taxi via Alpha and Delta, hold at Delta 2.
Alpha Delta hold Delta 3. Lufthansa 775.
Lufthansa 775, just confirm hold at Delta 2, Delta 2.
Hold it, Delta 2, Lufthansa 775.
Easy 241 Charlie, 23 right, clear to land, wind to, correction, 310 degrees at 9 knots.
Okay, so we forgot to download our flight plan.
Easy 241 Charlie, 23 right, clear to land, 3, correction.
While we're waiting to get our
Easy
delivery
4 Alpha Juliet,
departure.
contact London 133.7, bye-bye.
Just let me
237, easy
get
4
our
Alpha
flight
Juliet, bye.
plan.
Spirit 5 Juliet Hotel, leave Dane, heading 020 degrees.
020 degrees for speed for 5 Juliet Delta.
Spirit 5 Juliet Hotel, negative, leave Dane, so after Dane, fly heading 020 degrees.
After Dane flies 020 degrees for speed for 5 Juliet Delta.
Enter air 1993, when established, speed 160 knots, maintaining till 4 DME.
When established 160 knots to 4 DME, enter 199.
Master Radar, Shuttle 27, type Airbus A220, stand 52, information Oscar, request IFR clearance to Heathrow.
Shuttle 27, Manchester Radar, good afternoon, clearance to Heathrow, Samba 1 Romeo, squawk 2260.
Cleared Samba 1 Romeo, squawk 2260, Shuttle 27.
Shuttle 27, read back correct, Manchester QNH 1002.
Manchester Radar, good afternoon, EasyJet 787, at stand 12 left, request IFR clearance to Gatwick.
Easy 7878, Manchester Radar, good afternoon, cleared to Gatwick, Samba Romeo departure, squawk 0750.
Clear to Manchester via the Samba Romeo 1 departure, squawk 0507, thank you, Easy 778.
Easy 7878, just check the squawk for me, 0750, 0750.
0750, Easy 778, thank you.
7878, read back correct to QNH 1002, break speed 5 Juliet Hotel, descend to altitude 5,000 feet, QNH 1002, you have 25 track miles to touchdown.
Okay,
Descend 5,000 feet, QNH 1002,
so we got our
5 Juliet Delta.
departure clearance, so we'll just do a bit of configuration and do a pushback.
Enter air 1993, 23 right,
Okay,
clear
let's
to
put
land,
in our
wind
squawk
310
code.
degrees, 9 knots.
Just turn down the volume down a bit for ATC. Okay, we go to the pilot, go to 1. Okay, so let's do our final preparation for pushback. Request for pushback services. We put in our squawk code.
Lufthansa 775, continue taxi Delta and Lima, stand 25.
Continue
So
taxi
it's
Delta Lima, stand 25, Lufthansa 775.
07
Limit 5 Juliet Hotel, descend to altitude 3,500 feet.
put that to
Descend
automatic.
3,500 feet, speed for 5 Juliet Delta.
Okay, so that is our squawk code. Okay, we've got our transponder, so what we'll do, we'll just basically turn that off for the minute. Okay, so we're ready to do a pushback, so we're going to request for pushback from the pushback team. It started raining again, so we're going to prepare for pushback. Okay, I can see the pushback crew approaching the aircraft to insert the pin.
Spirit 5 Juliet Hotel, turn left, heading
Just
320 degrees,
let me
baseline.
quickly put
Hello,
in.
Captain. We are ready for pushback.
Thank
Turn
you.
left heading 30 degrees.
Pushback crew,
for
please
speed
proceed with
5
pushback.
Juliet
Easy
Delta.
778.
5
Thank
Juliet
you.
Hotel, check the heading, turn left,
Okay.
heading 320 degrees.
Oh, we've got to make it
320
real, now,
degrees,
haven't we?
for speed for 5 Juliet Delta.
So let's turn that off for the minute. Okay, so what we're going to do is
Departure check completed. Bypass pin
we're going
inserted.
to put it. Thank you, pushback crew. Proceed with pushback. We're going to turn our APU on, and we're going to get rid of our GPU and the chocks. So wait for 3 seconds. This is the auxiliary power units of the aircraft. As we're going to detach from the ground power units, we need to power up our aircraft before we power up our engines. Okay, so we'll have nose to the left. but for now we just wait for the minute. Okay, so the APU, the flaps have open, so I can see N1 rising. It's for about 15, so we wait for that to come on. While we wait for that, what I can do is I can get rid, no, just wait for the GPU to APU to come on fully. I don't want to turn off our ground power units without their APU, otherwise all our settings will vanish. I think I can see, is that an Air France? That's quite very nice livery. Oh, by the way, we are using the FSLTL app for injecting our model matching for the aircrafts that we see here at Manchester. If you're wondering, so all the aircrafts here are actually live aircrafts being used on the Vatsim network. Okay, so let's have a look. Yes, it is available. Our APU is available. We'll turn off the detach from the external power unit, and what we'll do, we put our bleed on to allow for air conditioning. We'll remove our chocks as well, and also the GPU. So we go to ground services, so GPU detach, chocks removed. Okay, so now we're going to proceed with our next stage. We're going to request, let me put the map on first for the taxi, as that comes useful to taxi to runway 23 right. Okay, so our charts, I like to get our charts ready so we can exactly know where to go. We are going to go to Mike 1 holding point, so we are here, so we'll probably go to Papa, got Kilo Juliet, Papa Kilo Juliet. Okay, holding point Mike 1, departure. Okay, alright, so let's request for push and start. While we're doing that, I'm going to put a seatbelt sign on, and also yeah, so let's request for the push and start, and we'll do that in a second. Okay, Manchester radar ready for push and start, EasyJet 7878. Oh, sorry, we haven't got the right frequency on.
With 5 Juliet Hotel, runway 23 right, clear to land, the wind 310 degrees at 9
I thought it was too quiet to be too good.
Land runway 23 right, speed 5.
Okay, so we'll just wait for an intermission.
EC69 Alpha Zulu, descend flight level 70. Flight level 70, EC69 Alpha Zulu.
Easy 7878, ready for push and start. Thank you.
Easy 7878, hold position, I'll have traffic taxi in behind you, I'll call you back shortly.
Hold position, easy 7878. Okay, so there's traffic behind us, so they will call us in a minute.
Hello, 020 for reduce flight level 8.
Oh yes,
direct.
there it is there.
Was that 2804, Manchester radar, good afternoon, vectoring for an hour's approach, runway 23 right, information Oscar current to report your aircraft type.
Look at the aircraft, it looks like it's bouncy, it's hopping.
Runway 23 right.
I don't like the liveries of that, that looks like generic liveries.
Was that 2804, Roger, report to your aircraft type.
Very strange behaviour.
Airbus A320, 020.
Roger, break easy 69 Alpha Zulu, turn left by 5 degrees. Left turn 5 degrees, easy 69 Alpha Zulu.
Is that aircraft gone? Oh, there it is there.
Hello, November 576, Lima Mike with information. Oscar, passing flight level 1202, flight level 80.
November 576, Lima Mike, Manchester radar, good afternoon, vectoring for an hour's approach, runway 23 right, information Oscar current to report to your aircraft type.
Information. Oscar board, runway 23 right, and the beach ground 3, November Lima Mike.
November 576 Lima Mike, Roger. Leave Rosen heading 1, correction, leave Rosen heading 200 degrees. PC6 9 Alpha Zulu, speed 220 knots or greater.
220 or greater, 69 Alpha Zulu. Radar shuttle 27, stand 52 ready, push start.
Shuttle 27, stand 52, push and start approved. If you could face to the west on Golf for me.
Push start face to the west on Golf shuttle.
Enter at 1993, continue taxi, Kilo, Juliet and Golf, parking stand 50. November 576 Lima Mike, speed 220 knots.
Speed 220 knots, November Lima Mike.
Easy 69 Alpha Zulu, you have 24 trap miles to touchdown, descent to altitude 4,000 feet, QNH 1002.
That's 4,000
Okay,
feet with QNH 1002.
switch on the fuel pumps to the aircraft.
With a 2804, leave Dane, heading 030 degrees, speed 220 knots.
Put on the beacon lights to on.
After Dane, heading 030 with a 2804
What's
and
the deliveries
repeat
on that aircraft
last
up there?
message.
With a 2804 and speed 220 knots.
And speed 220 knots with a 204.
Manchester Shuttle 3 Lima, switch on 321, and stand 43, QNH 1002, clear following.
Shuttle 3 Lima, Manchester Radar, good afternoon, cleared to Heathrow, Semper 1 Romeo, Squawk 0231.
Double Heathrow, Semper 1 Romeo 0231, Shuttle 3 Lima.
Shuttle 3 Lima, read back correct,
to
QNH
get rid of the
1002, break
rain?
easy 7878, push and start approved, face south.
Push and start approved, face out, easy 7878, thank you. Okay, we've been given a push and start.
November 576 Lima Mike, descend flight level
Okay,
70,
so
turn
we
left,
just
heading 065.
let's have a look. Tell our pushback crew to continue. Face, put a tail to the
Attend heading
left.
065.
Locking gear.
Thank you, proceed with pushback.
Easy 69 Alpha Zulu, descend to altitude 3,500 feet and right heading 140 degrees.
That's 3,500 feet, right turn heading 140, easy 69 Alpha Zulu.
The targeted down vacated at Bravo Delta.
Stuart 5 Juliet Hotel, welcome to Manchester, taxi 5 Bravo, standard 44.
Release parking brakes.
With a 2804.
Parking brace released. Thank you.
1070 with
parking
a
brakes.
204.
DD 69 Alpha Zulu, speed 180.
Commencing push.
180.
All engines clear. Start at will.
And easy 69 Alpha
Okay,
Zulu,
so
continue
we're
the
going
right
to start
turn,
our
heading
engine.
200
We'll start with
degrees,
sequence 2
cleared
today.
approach runway 23 right.
So
Right
put
turn
the
heading
engine
200,
selector
cleared on the
mode
island,
switch to
23
on.
right.
Engine 2 sequence. Engine should start firing away shortly.
Shuttle 3 Lima, stand 43.
There we go.
Shuttle 3 Lima, 43, push and start approved.
Push start approved,
N1,
Shuttle 3 Lima.
N2 rising, N1.
Shuttle 7 release taxi.
November 636 Charlie Bravo via Hotel 1, runway 23 right, clear for takeoff, for wind speed 90 degrees at 1 22 right, clear for takeoff, November 66, sorry about that, thank you. Shuttle 270, able to accept Mike 1 for departure.
Yeah, Mike 1, no problem.
Shuttle 27, thanks, taxi left and left again onto Juliet, hold up Mike 1.
Okay, we've put engine 1 on now.
That's on Juliet, hold Mike 1.
That's engine 2 is going to be available
With a
shortly.
2804, descend to altitude 5,000 feet, QNH 1002, you have 23 trap miles to touchdown.
Descend 5,000 feet, QNH
Set parking brakes.
1002 with a 204.
Parking brakes on. Parking brakes on, thank you. Okay, so put engine 1 on. And we'll confirm we have a good engine start in a minute.
November 576 Lima Mike 10 left heading 050 degrees, descend to altitude 5,000 feet, QNH 1002.
050 degrees, descend 5,000 feet, November Lima Mike.
I can hear the engines revving up.
Easy 6.5, Zulu speed 160 knots or greater.
Okay, let's confirm we've got good engine starts, so the pushback crew can clear off.
Cockpit to ground. We have a good engine start. You can disconnect. Unlocking gear.
Was that 2804, turn left heading 320 degrees.
Left 320 degrees.
Let's drop the aircraft. Okay, we shortly have good engine starts.
November 576 Lima Mike, speed 200 knots.
Great, so we can turn off the APU.
200 knots,
APU switch, okay.
Was that 2804, descend to altitude 3,500 feet.
Okay, APU on.
Descend 3,500 feet with S204.
November 6, 36
Okay,
Bravo,
so we're now ready to do our before
Tow
taxi
truck
check.
disconnected.
Thank you.
Bypass pin removed.
November passing 2,000 feet.
November 6,
Left is
36
clear.
Bravo,
Right
thank
is
you,
clear.
climb now flight level 190.
Thank you, pushback crew. Have a nice day. Okay, so they've done their job. So we move over to before taxi. We put it to auto
November
brake.
576 Lima Mike, speed
What we
180
do is we put our flaps to 1.
180 knots.
We arm our spoilers.
Was
put
that
that to
2804,
off.
speed 180 knots?
So
Speed 180 knots with
just check our
November
stabilizers.
576 Lima Mike 10 right heading 140 degrees.
Stabilizers are
140 degrees.
29. I believe it's, let's have a look.
Easy
Yeah, it's
6 9 Alpha Zulu 23
29.1.
right, clear to land, wind 290
Okay,
degrees
so
at
that's
12
been
knots.
done. We'll do control check.
Was there 2804 turn left, heading 260 degrees, cleared ILS approach
Just
runway
check
23
our
right.
ailerons full left, full right.
Left 260
Our
degrees.
elevators
23
up,
right with 0204.
neutral. Our rudders are
November
working.
576 Lima Mike, descend to altitude
Okay, we put our
3,500
strobe
feet.
lights on. We put runway lights on. We put our nose to taxi. Okay, so we're now ready to request for
Virgin 28 Manchester radar,
taxi.
good afternoon, passing message.
Virgin 28 A340 600, span 204, QNH 1002. Information Oscar, requested clearance on
Virgin 28, something's cleared to Heathrow, Samba 1 Romeo, Squawk 6037.
Correct on Heathrow, Samba 1 Romeo 6037, Virgin 28.
Virgin 28, read back correct, QNH 1002.
1002, copy, Virgin 28.
November 576 Lima Mike, turn right, heading 200 degrees,
It's
clear
quite busy because approach is handling both the delivery and the ATC in the ground here at Manchester, so we just need to wait for a clearance to ask him to taxi.
Shuttle 3 Lima, give way to company Airbus 320 in front, taxi via Juliet, Foxtrot and Juliet, hold at Mike 1 for T3 right.
We had the company Juliet Foxtrot, Juliet Mike Lima, hold T3 right.
Okay, well we got flaps, disagree, flaps. Let's go.
With a 2804, speed 160 knots or greater, maintain until 4 DME.
160 knots or greater, monitor you DME with 2804.
Okay, we need 2 for the flaps, don't we? There we go, so we'll do a test again. Okay, so we've done that. We're going to request for taxi.
Shuttle T7 via Mike 1, line at T3 right.
Well, like 1 on that 2 right.
Manchester Tower Easy 7878 ready for taxi.
D7878, taxi via Lima, Papa, Kilo and Juliet, hold at Mike 1 for T3 right.
Easy 7878, say again please, thank you.
7878, taxi via Papa, Kilo and Juliet, hold at Mike 1 for T3 right.
Taxi, hold up Mach 1 via Papa Kilo Juliet for runway 23 right, easy 7878.
Shuttle 273 right, clear
Okay,
for takeoff
so
to
we've
wind
got
290
our
degrees at 1 knots.
takeoff. So what we're going to do
Let's
is
take up to 2, I shuttle 20.
we'll put our parking brakes off and we'll head for Papa Kilo. Just quickly, let's check. So Papa.
Wizard 280 for a stability to runway 23 right.
Wizard 2804, thank you. Continue approach for 23 right. There's 1 to depart ahead. The wind 290 degrees.
Papa Kilo. Okay, so
Wind copy, continue approach Wizard 280.
Egcc 9 Alpha Zulu, welcome to Manchester. Taxi by Alpha and Charlie. Hold at Charlie 2, expect stand 8.
Alpha Charlie, Charlie 2, expect stand 8. Egcc 9 Alpha.
November Lima Mike on the local light area.
November 576 Lima Mike, thank you. Speed 160 knots and maintaining till 40 ME if you're able.
160 knots until 40 ME, November Lima Mike.
Engine 280 on, weather radar on.
Wizard 2804, T3 right, clear to land.
23 right, clear to land Wizard 204.
Virgin 28204, push and start approved face south.
Push not approved face south, Virgin.
Okay.
Shuttle 27, squad mode Charlie.
Sorry, it's gone on FU, shuttle 7.
November 636, Charlie Bravo, there's no further ATC, continue with Unicom 122, that's good afternoon.
Continue with Unicom 122, decimal 8, thank you for your service, have a nice day.
Shuttle 2 Lima, correction Shuttle 3 Lima behind the landing with
see.
Airbus A320 fire, correction Mike 1 line up T3 right behind.
And the landing air 320, land up 23 right, Mike 1 behind, shuttle 2.
Egcc 9 Alpha Zulu, continue on Charlie and Lima for stand 8.
Charlie Lima for stand 8, thanks. 6 9 Alpha Zulu.
He's taking off the Weezer somewhere good on holidays. It's a lovely looking truck on the left hand side. So we're heading for up to Kilo Juliet. So we are
Wizard 204 vacated runway 23 right via Bravo Delta.
Shuttle 3 Lima, T3 right, clear for takeoff, wind 290 degrees, 12 knots.
Clear takeoff 23 right, shuttle 3 Lima.
With 2804, welcome to Manchester. Taxi
I don't think that
via
helps, does it?
Alpha, Delta, Echo, and you'll be
still on
parking
Juliet.
stand 8-4.
It's just too noisy.
Via Alpha Delta Echo stand 84 Wizard 204.
So we're going to be approaching Mike 1 in a minute. Yeah, Mike 1 on the right. So this will be our holding point. Okay, so we're going to put on parking brakes, set up parking brakes. We're going to be going anyway, so landing lights on, nose lights on. Okay, so we've got everything. So just inform the cabin crew. I don't know whether the cabin crew, I didn't hear them doing that, did you? Let me instruct them to do this before we forget.
Shuttle 27, report your altitude, climb now, flight level 190.
Shuttle 11 5000 feet, climb, flight level 190.
November 576 Lima Mike, 23 right, clear to land, wind 290 degrees at 12.
Ladies and gentlemen, we now ask for your attention while we take you through the safety procedures on this aircraft. A safety card is in your seat pocket during the exit route, oxygen masks,
Shuttle 3 Lima, report your
and
passing
brace
altitude.
position that you must adopt if you hear brace,
Shuttle 3
brace.
Lima, thanks, climb now, flight level
There are 2
190.
emergency exits at the rear, 4 in the middle. and 2 at the front of the
7878
cabin.
behind the landing, Beechcraft,
Floor
350,
lighting will
climb
guide you
Mike
to
1,
an
line at
exit.
23 right
Please
behind.
be aware that your nearest exit may be behind you. In an emergency, leave all cabin baggage on board.
Easy 778, repeat please, thank you.
Easy 778 behind the landing, Beechcraft, 350, via Mike 1, line up runway 23 right behind.
Easy 7878 behind the Mike Beechcraft 350 on runway 23 right, thank you. Okay, that's the Beechcraft. Okay, so that's very lovely. Easy 778, do you want me to proceed onto the runway now?
Easy 7878, A-Fan, you can start your lineup now.
Thank you, Easy 778. Okay, so we can start up our lineup now. So release, parking brake, and that's a lovely plane.
Version 28 request.
Virgin 28, taxi November Charlie, hold it, November Charlie 1.
Taxi November Charlie, hold November Charlie 1, Virgin 28.
Let's check the runways. I saw
Shuttle
the Beechcraft landing there, such a lovely sight.
Unicorn 128,
okay, so we're ready to move. Do. Easy 778, request for IFR takeoff.
Easy 7878, runway 23 right, clear for takeoff, the wind 290 degrees at 12 knots.
Clear for takeoff, runway 23 right, thank you.
November 576 Lima Mike.
So what we do our usual, turn up our throttles to 50%, and go now to flex. Pitch our
November 576 Lima Mike, Roger. You can taxi to the business aviation apron. It's just your next left onto Alpha, and then your first right.
80 knots. 100 knots is back on the stick. Okay, V1.
Easy 129 Manchester radar, good afternoon. It's vectoring for an approach runway 23 right to Manchester information Papa in Corinth. And just confirm you're on the Mercer-Woode Charlie arrival.
Positive rates, landing gears up.
Stand by.
Autopilot.
Virgin 28, continue taxi on Delta, Papa, Kilo and Juliet. Hold at Juliet
1100 feet.
Continue taxi Delta, Papa, Kilo,
throttles
Juliet,
to climb.
Juliet 1 for Virgin 28.
And off we go. Okay, we have taken off successfully.
I can do Mercer-Woode Alpha.
So runway lights off. Those lights off.
Easy 129, Roger. Tell you what, to make it a little bit easier, are you able to proceed direct to Mersey now?
Yeah, I can do direct Mersey.
Easy 129, thanks. Redirect to Mersey, and when you're ready, descend flight level 110.
Then flight level 110 and direct Mersey 129.
Easy 7878, report your passing altitude.
Easy 778, flight level 3,000 feet to 5,000.
Level 190.
Easy 778, repeat please.
Easy 7878, climb now, flight level 190.
Climb level 190, easy 778, thank you. Okay, so we've been told to climb to 19,000 feet.
0204 on stand 84, thank you for your service, bye bye.
2804, thanks for flying to Manchester, bye bye.
Okay, so we're going to be climbing to 19,000 feet. So as we're approaching 4,700 feet, we're Old Star. Okay, Old Star. Now we have 5,000 feet. As
November
to
576,
expect.
Lima Mike, thanks for flying to Manchester, bye bye.
Okay, so we are going to be keeping it at a speed limit of 200. Okay, so we put this flaps up as we've gone past, and we also put the spoilers arms retracted, allow us to climb. It's quite a cloudy day, as you can see. Okay, so Q and H. Standard ultimate. Okay, it's following the speed restrictions, that's why it wasn't climbing. As we've been given a flight to climb, it's now climbing to 19,000 feet. Okay, very cloudy day. Let's see if we've got any messages no messages to change our frequencies. Okay, so we're coming now to December 1 approach. As you can see, it's about 7.7 nautical miles to December 1 approach, and we're still climbing to 19,000 feet. Let me put engine anti-ice because we are going through clouds and on the wings. Okay, so engine anti-ice is on. As we're approaching 10,000 feet shortly, what I will do is I will put the seatbelt signs off and the land lights off. So we are 10,000, seatbelt sign off and land lights off. Okay. Engine anti-ice is still on. It's quite, there is, just leave it on because I'll forget to switch it off, you know, and back on when we go through the clouds. Okay, let's have a look.
So did 285 Juliet 1, T3 right, clear for takeoff, the wind 280 degrees at 9 knots.
Juliet 1, clear takeoff 23 right. Samuel Murray, emerging at 2
We've got a company message. Oh, damn. So, unfortunately, we can't continue this flight. That is because we've got to go and pick up Adam from school in a minute. What a little bit of fun. It's already 3 o'clock. That is why I saw the company message, and the company message is telling us, okay, it's actually telling us to confirm the load sheet. I thought there was a delay. Okay, so it isn't a delay. Damn. Okay, so unfortunately we have to abandon this flight as we got a
Shuttle 3 Lima, I can proceed with Unicom now 122 decimal 8, thank you.
we should be told.
Easy 7878, there's no further ATC, continue with Unicom 122.8, bye-bye.
Over to Unicom on 122.8, easy 778, thank you. So that is our final instructions to go to Unicom. Unfortunately, so we go to 1228. Decimal 8. That'll be our last frequency. We can't get to Gatwick today, unfortunately, because we've been delayed. So we're on the Unicom frequency now. Easy 778 at flight level 160, climbing to flight level 190. Alright, so I've just told Unicom our intention that we are at 16,000 and we are climbing to 19,000 feet. I can take off the engine anti-ice for the minute. Okay, let's have a look. Yeah, all is well. Okay, let's ask for some coffee, right? Need some coffee to get me out. Cabin crew, coffee for myself and the first officer. Thank you. Okay, they should be bringing their coffee along shortly. Right, let's have a look. Check our engines. Our engines are 85%. Okay, our exhaust gas about almost 600. Okay, so we've got to 19,000. We're coming to our 19. When all cruise, that'll be our cruising height for today. Let me put this onto the nav mode. We're going to next waypoint at Honley, just about 33 nautical miles. Okay, it's interesting weather. Looks like loads of marshmallows and soft play areas up in the skies. I wonder what these clouds are called. Okay, we are now coming to 19,000 feet. So that will be our maximum climb. We are all cruise, as you can see, ALT cruise. That means that's our cruising height. We're traveling at about 370 knots ground speed. True air speed is 350 knots. And our speed is going up to 270 knots. I wonder whether, do you think I'll be allowed to, no, I won't be allowed. Unfortunately, we've got 2 minutes and we've got to clear off to pick up Adam from school. It's beautiful today. I mean, there's no cloud there. It's just gorgeous. I mean, there seems to be no lag on the system. Everything is so smooth looking around. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Okay. Let's have a look at the map to see where we are. Okay, so we are our route. So there we are. We are almost heading for Birmingham, and we're heading to Gatwick, of course. And let's have a look at this. Okay, so impromptu cut off from us. Is that Birmingham in front of us there? I don't think I can see Birmingham. I think that is Birmingham. You can see through the clouds. Okay, so unfortunately we have to log off. Sad to say. Okay. So anyway, thank you for joining us. We got to cruise halfway. Well, we not got to halfway to Gatwick, but as you can see, it's got ETP, Equi Travel Point. That's Equi Travel Point. That's the halfway point. Okay, we've not been picked up by ATC. Let's have a look. I don't want to leave. No messages for us, so we just continue as we are. Just quickly check to see how many operators are in Gatwick. Yeah, they're quite. Let's have a look at Gatwick. They've got ground in Gatwick. In Gatwick, ATIS, and they've got approach. So the next frequency will be 126 825. So we would have to tune into 126.825. Okay, anyway, thank you for joining us. We'll come back and do our flights again. It was quite enjoyable in the meantime, but we got to log off for now.